Hello. How's it going, guys? You saw nothing, Jay. I gotta find yesterday's artwork. And by yesterday's, I mean last week's. Thank you to the anonymous gifter. I appreciate that. Gonna steal my own art command here. Gotta love it when it bails me out. Okay, posted. Let me get this stuff all hooked up, chat. We'll be ready to go. Okay. All right, so the feed is live. Give me the favor, chat. Go give it some love. That Chocobo riding Aurelia? Yeah. Okay. Gotta love how that glitches. Hello, chat. How's everybody doing? Here is today's artwork. Do me the favor as well. Go give the artist some love. A snazzy, cute saber piece. It's going all right. Mega, thank you for the 71. Appreciate it. Again, thank you to the anonymous gifter who gifted Jay. Chat, can we get some love? I took yesterday off, chat, because I realized Sunday is the FGO live stream, and I will probably have to stream FGO that day for that. So I was just like, yeah, whatever. I told you guys I had been needing a break anyways, so I decided to take that day off. And I may still, haphazardly take a break day or two here as I see fit now that we're kind of entering into summer. Mers, thank you for the follow. I a little bit am Caliente, thank you for the 25. I a little bit am At this point, like, just still tired. I have this return that I have to get out literally by Thursday. So it's pretty much done-ish. I should finish it tomorrow, is what I'm hoping. But like basically until that return's done, chat, like my tax season isn't over. So it's just kind of wild. Y'all know I had all the stuff with my grandmother. I basically have been dealing with city's irrigation still is not giving my lawn anything. Thankfully, we had like basically 2 months worth of rain according to the news. So that's helping out my lawn some. But then I had my AC go out, and then like quite literally I ended up having to go to the dentist for my routine checkup, and they gave me the x-rays of all my teeth and everything. They're like, oh, okay, you know, I told you guys like they were looking at like my back molar area because I had an issue a couple years back where one of my back molars is kind of like hollowing out. And they were like, whoa, hey, what's going on with that? It's kind of like, you know, like there's an issue, which my prior dentist, and this is actually one of the reasons that I fired his ass, basically was telling me I needed to get implants. Chat, if I needed implants, that'd be perfectly fine. But he just immediately told me I was going to have to do that. Never like offered any solution to it. Just immediately, yoink, get it taken out, yada, 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 right? So I went and got a second opinion. Second opinion was like, hey, I just from hearing about this is like, I haven't looked at your tooth yet, but it's entirely possible that like it's able to be prevented. And so like I went and looked it up because what I had realized is that I was grinding my teeth in my sleep. And this was years ago. Like I said, I was under a lot of stress from work. I was drinking a lot of caffeine, not getting good sleep. And I think that's what was causing me to grind my teeth because I don't normally grind my teeth. So I realized that and I started making all the adjustments and trying to like fix that. And I did. I ended up not grinding my teeth anymore. I actually like completely cold turkey, like stopped drinking soda and got all of that like stopped. So in the process, it like your teeth won't heal really, but like that stopped getting worse. It has completely ceased. And so like that's been the case for like 3+ years now. And my new dentist was like, okay, well, we'll keep an eye on it. Like, hey, maybe you need an implant. And then like I told her about the situation. She's like, okay, maybe you don't then. Like if it's not getting any worse and you're not feeling any pain, like it's just something we'll keep our eye on. And if it ever does get worse, then you will. So she was looking at that and she's like, yeah, hey, that's not getting any worse. Clean bill of health for you in that regard. So that was awesome. Pion, thank you for the bits. Appreciate it. And basically, that came out, like smelling like a rose. But what they determined is that actually I have a canine, or sorry, the tooth to the like right of my left canine down here. Like basically, chat can't really see it, but there is like a little bit of discoloration on that tooth. That tooth is necrotic. It's actually dying through no fault of my own. I haven't done anything to it myself. It's not like due to a lack of like brushing or flossing or anything like that. But I guess like the issue at play is like back when I was having braces, like back when I was in like grade school and early high school. I guess they like the orthodontist back then. I told the dentist, I was like, yeah, I remember him complaining that he could never get that one tooth to like basically move, and he finally got it moved. But I guess in the process, he basically killed the tooth. Like, so what's happened is the root that you have inside all of your teeth, like that, just is kind of like dead. And over the years, it's just been like dying and dying more and more. So they're actually going to go do a root canal on me. So I got to pay for all of that, which is fun. I actually have had one root canal in that back molar before because of the issue. But like, yeah, it's not a cheap procedure. So I'm going to have to go get that done. They actually, oh, that reminds me. I actually have to take my antibiotic. Let me be right back real quick. I grab my water. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I just realized I hadn't taken it after dinner. There, basically, I had to take antibiotics because apparently I have an abscess under that tooth, which I don't have any pain. There's like no sensitivity on the tooth or anything like that. So I was like, oh, why do I need antibiotics? And I guess it's just, yeah, the abscess is like an infection that's down there. So they have me on that. Hopefully that'll clear that up, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's like I'm not too worried about it. It's just yet another thing I have to get done. Like my life just keeps taking these crazy, annoying, stupid turns. So it is what it is. Your stress may have dulled the pain. Maybe, I don't know. Like the nerve is probably gone. That's why. Yeah, like I'm not a dental expert at all. It's just like it's funny to me because like the dentist seemed like really like, how is this not hurting him? Like they're like sitting here poking, like, you're sure that doesn't hurt? I was like, nope. I was like, I don't really feel anything. So it just is what it is. But they're doing the root canal basically to save the tooth. So I'm like, yeah, if we can save it, that's great. Like could get really bad if left unchecked, yeah. But yeah, so I have that appointment like Monday. I got like various other things I got to get done around the house. I got to call an electrician, basically just to deal with several issues that I'm having at this point. But you're immune to pain. No, I'm definitely not immune to pain. I just like it's been an interesting one because like that tooth has been one where they've like kind of like been like, huh, that's an interesting one all these years, but they haven't really done anything about it. Like I've even had like dentists sit there and try to like scrape the discoloring off of the tooth over and over again. I'm like, it's in the tooth. You're not getting rid of it. So I guess like all this time they didn't realize what it actually was, but it is what it is. Khalil, thank you for the 5 months. Appreciate it. Hope you guys are doing good. Chat, I am done with the lotto. I'm like completely done. Like I rolled out all of my boxes. I did like, by the way, like most of this all got done today. I rolled out all of my boxes. I got all of those stupid stinking Ilya statues gone. I literally converted all of my stuff. So there is nothing. Hey, you got storm pods? Yeah, I got storm pods. So like I legitimately don't have anything. I've gotten all of my limited time missions done and converted. I have not converted the non-limited time missions because I don't have to, and I'm not like totally full. Like you guys can see I'm at 383 on the mailbox. Normally I'm fuller than that. Normally I'm at like 390 like 1 or 392. And I actually have space in my inventory. There is half cost Ember still right now. I quite literally got double X to 113 out of 114. You guys know I don't have more like I have grails. I don't have more coins for her just yet. So at this point, I'm just like, oh, it is what it is. The boxes are gone today. No, I think you have the remainder of today and tomorrow. So you have like a little bit over 24 hours still. But you guys better get going, okay? Because like I kind of regret waiting as long as I did. Who did I faux pas? I faux pawed. Go look at my support list, chat. Okay. So, like I said, I finished double X to 120. Y'all got to see that. I got, or sorry, MHXA to 120. I got double X to 113. I finished faux pawing Lartoria because I had already done Bunny. So she was done before all this. So I finished Lartoria. I did Artoria. I did Squirtoria. And then I was like thinking about actually doing Castoria, but I pulled back and I said, hold on. I have the perfect amount basically remaining. I will do whatchamacall. I'll do Zerctoria when she comes out. So I do also have more grails, like, but this is one of those deals where I said, hold up, let's not go like super hard into this because I just basically don't need to do anything. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I accidentally tapped that. I wanted the menu button there. But actually, let's get the AP ticking here first. It's funny. I ended up doing a lot more on my how should I put it? On my like units than I thought. Like I ended up doing a bunch of extra like extra skill levelings than I ever thought I would. We're at 16k remaining on Mordred here, chat. We were at like 80k when Ordeal Call began. So and I'm gonna tell you we'll get really close since I have 8 teapots. Actually, we'll see. I don't think I'll finish today, but I think I'll be just shy. But yeah, so like a little bit, it's been nice, but unfortunately my account is at the point where if I wish to actually like finish like kind of handling my units, if I wish to spin down my QP, I have to go above and beyond what I currently projected. So I'm getting closer and closer to 999ing every unit. It's getting kind of bad. Because obviously you guys know I kind of pride myself in not being that way, but I'm quickly reaching the point where it's like there's nothing I can do without just wasting materials and QP. Not a fan of the entire Stormpod system with the combined 40 AP. Yeah, I mean, Stormpod system has received like 3 different updates now since it came out in the last 2 years on JP. So that kind of tells you that, like, you're not alone in thinking that, JC. A lot of people did not care for the Stormpod system. Plenty of people just didn't use them. And I'm here to tell you, absolutely use your Stormpods. They are fantastic. They are amazing. Don't be one of the people that doesn't use them. But unfortunately, the reason people weren't using them is because people didn't like the system. So it's... like, I 100% agree, and that's why basically on JP they're completely unshackled at this point. You can just any run that you do can be used to spend a storm pod. So yeah, there you go, chat. Just a calm, cool plus 4580 right there. So we may be very close to it. Actually, no, I think we will finish with a 3rd run. They did it just to counter Blapples. It was a little bit of that, and it was also a little bit of, hey, we got to get like people playing and like actually logging in every day. I don't think they cared too much about Blapples, other than the main issue being that people were not actually playing the game anymore. After 999 every unit time to aim for 999 all the pens, yeah, you really can't. That's the issue. Like my biggest issue with the append system, and I think chat would agree at this point, is that it is inherently just a money sponge. Like, and this is as good of a game as FGO has been. I think this is like the straw that broke the camel's back for a lot of people. What did I do that for? where people have just said like, no, like enough is enough. I'm not going to keep spending more money on this game. I've already spent so much. This is the issue with live service games in general. And it's really funny because I saw what was it? It was that game that Trubs retweeted, chat. It's like a Chinese game, and it had like that like Parisian aesthetic and stuff like that. But I was sitting there watching it, like the gameplay of it, and I was like, this actually kind of looks pretty good, right? But then I was like, the problem with it is it's a gacha game. Again, like at this point, I feel like at least for China, like the modern games that are coming out of China, they have literally had Black Myth Wukong, and that's it. Everything else is a gacha game coming out of there. Silver Palace, thank you. Yeah. So I was sitting there, I was like, man, it's such a waste that all these games keep turning into gacha games that maybe don't need to be. It's everything is trying to milk you. Everything's trying to get more money out of you. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of gacha games and that archetype in general. And I say this as someone that mains a gacha game as a content creator. So it's like, that sounds crazy to some people probably coming out of my mouth, but it's the truth of the matter. I think like at the end of the day, like maybe playing one of those types of games is something, but trying to expect people that they're going to play like multiple of them, they're going to be spending money on all these different games, and they're going to somehow have all this time to do so. It's like, it's getting kind of crazy a little bit. Good old Corpa, yes. Fopod Ishtar, nice. Yeah, in general, faux pawing the unit that you're also grailing just makes a lot of sense. They make them half cost. We'll see, JC, if that's like a thing. We won't find out until we get the Foot Tower event, but quite literally, it'd be interesting to see if they bring that quality of life early to the game. I'm not expecting it, but it would be interesting to see nonetheless. But free, they won't do that, unfortunately. Chat, Doom the Dark Ages also came out today. I was watching Mr. Lutzvane, aka Steve, play it earlier. Looks pretty good. I'm just like not in the mood for a Doom game myself right now. Also, I'm kind of like waiting to see how people feel about it, because Doom, at least at this point, since each iteration has been different, like Doom Eternal, I did not like. So at the end of the day, like I'm kind of waiting to see what like people say about this one after they've actually gotten their hands on it. And who knows, maybe in the future at some point I'll pick it up on sale or something. But Tower probably not, because of how Tower events specifically work. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. I was just thinking like it is the next event. Actually, I think Foot Tower, chat, is our last event until anniversary. So there you go, chat. Bond 10 Mordred. I'm actually surprised it took this long. Mordred was one of those units that I used prolifically early on in the game, and then like since then I have not really used. Kind of content drought. Like tonight, yeah, like we're waiting on the Ordeal Call 1 stream on Sunday, and JP is waiting basically for the grand system to come out. So like it's pretty chill at this point. It's a good time to do like variety content and stuff, assuming you've done all of your Lotto crap, assuming you've done all your Ordeal Call stuff. A lot of people are getting caught up on Ordeal Call 4 now, so it makes a lot of sense that people are all kind of getting in this mood. Let's go Bond limit release. I also got all of my old costumes built with one exception, chat. Chat, can anyone guess what the one costume I didn't build was? Yeah, it was Zoki-10. I fucking refuse. This thing is just an actual travesty. Ugh. Is this the kazoo version of Cruel Angel's Thesis? Bicorn, okay. Yeah, like I said, Ahado, I won't be surprised if that's the case. Authentic bicorn version. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so like I'm at this point where there's really like not much else to do on NA at this point. I guess I have like some of the main interlude stuff that I can go do, but like they're all events that I already did. At least like when main interludes came out on JP at first, there were some stuff that I hadn't done. But like on NA, it's like, okay, I'll get it done eventually, I guess. I don't know. All AQs done? Yeah, I mean, I got AQs to do, but, well, I'm not in a hurry. I think, what is it? Is it Dust or Bones? One of them we already got, the other one we can now do. Yeah, it's Bones. And then Pages, and then something or other. Beating up Van Gogh with King Protea at the moment. Nice. To JP. I wish there was some ordering to the AQ list. I wish it would just sort all the ones that you haven't done to the top. That would be ideal. I have 48 AQs to do. I mean, the only thing I can tell you is like sit down and do them at some point. Just because they'll just keep piling up. Yeah, see, now I have 6 out of 9 storm pods on JP. Actually, no, I think it's like half cost embers as well. Yeah, that's that. Wait a minute. But I did that. Did it like return? The star. Well, I got 2 more of Ordeal Call 2 to do. They give you 1 ticket that's not worth it. Oh, I completely agree. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I mean, I put out a video on a couple of them myself. I just like most of the AQs are actually not that difficult, like in the grand scheme of things. Probably do the 90 star one if I roll seal. I mean, the issue with the star one is just like the sheer damage that everything does in it. And frankly, like the entire reason I didn't bother with is because, yeah, the reward for time spent is such a like shitty trade-off that I basically just said, nah, I'm good. There we go. What's the Bond 14 Morgan, Koyan Sky, and Oberon? Should I pause using them and concentrate on Quicken Arts after they reach Bond 14? That's up to you, Flare. Or sorry, not Flare, Lurid. The biggest warning that I can give you guys, and I guess like this can serve as like a PSA for all of you, right? Actually, quick question, chat. Do we have the 20% bond up on NA? Song skip. Okay. Not yet. Okay. Yeah, it's like that's gonna be coming. So like your entire front line will get 20% extra bond. And you might be thinking like, oh, that's really good. That's more bond, right? Yeah, that's more bond on the units that like you're using a lot. Not on the back line where you're actually trying to like bond people to like accelerate stuff. So like for instance, if you can't do it, right? But like if you were to go look at my back line, you would see certain units there that's like, oh, these are who I'm focusing on bonding. To me, that's ass backwards. And they tried to say it's like, oh yeah, we're giving you extra bond, but that 20% extra in the front line seems decidedly like evil, because what they're actually trying to do with it is they're trying to bond out your supports. They're trying to bond out your best damage dealers. And some people are like, hey, I want to get to bond 15. There's nothing wrong with that. The issue at play is as you guys go through the storm pod nodes, they give more than any other node for actual like master experience and bond. Combine that with teapots, and now you've got a recipe for very quickly bonding up units in your front line. So you've got just a ton of multiplicative scaling at that point, and it's basically designed to make you cap out your units because the devs want two things. One, they want to stop giving you courts. They want you to like finish it and then you don't have any more. And then two, they want to increase the pressure for you to roll another unit to use something else other than like the metas and stuff that you're currently doing. Because if you think about that, the more units you roll, the more money they make. So that's their idea behind it. And so like I said, the PSA here is just that like, be very careful with who you take into nodes. Bonding is super efficient now. Bonding is super fast now. It's still not something that's going to happen overnight, but like you'll just kind of go on autopilot, leave yourself in a node and constantly keep doing your 3 runs a day for the storm pods. And you'll look back like a month later and you'll be like, oh, holy crap. I have like bonded these people up so high. And you're going to be like, what am I doing? Why, why didn't I pay attention? Again, this is where you guys don't have to 3-turn. You don't have to take the meta units into fights. You can definitely try to get away with different compositions. That's the only advice I can try to give you guys if you're worried about like maxing out your bond and then not being bond efficient. So like the idea here is that like, hey, don't take, say, your Koyan Skya into a node constantly if you can get away without using her. If you don't have to use her, take somebody else. That way you're not, progressing her even faster into bottom 15, because you are going to have times where you have to use the meta supports. You are going to have times where you have to use your 120, and it just is the way it is. But that's like the best advice I can give you guys is pay attention to what you're doing and don't necessarily like sit there and just go like, oh, okay, I'm just going to keep running the same comp into the same node day after day after day, and then lose sight of where you're at bond progress wise. Yeah, you can skew the party in a way that like you could put the person that you least want to bond in the back line, but I mean, you're saving 20%. It's not going to say, like, again, like, just the sheer amount. And I'm just doing free quests, right? But, like, here you guys can see this free quest alone is giving me, like, 1,200-ish. Okay? Now, y'all saw I was just doing a Bleached Earth Storm Pod node on an A. I had my teapot turned on, and I was getting roughly about 7k bond per run. it's getting kind of crazy at that point. So that's quite literally like almost quadruple what I'm currently getting. It's cheaper to use bond 15 units than to roll new units. I agree. And that's like the same logic that I've had where it's like, all right, chat, am I using bond 15 units? You bet your ass I am, because there is no substitute for a Koyanskaya. Like, I can use like a buster up unit. I can slot in a like second damage dealer or something like that. But at the end of the day, there's no actual replacement when you need that specific kit. There's just nothing you can do about it. So I'm gonna tell you guys to some degree, accept the eventuality that your meta supports will be bond 15. They will. There's nothing you can do about it. So bond efficiency is going to come from what you like how long you can make them take to get to it, and also who you can use to replace them at times where you don't have to use them. Why am I bonding up Squirtoria? I'm trying to get her to bond 10 because of the grand system. It's not a requirement for the grand system, but bond 10 will give you your bond C, and apparently one of the benefits of the grand system is that you can use your bond C at the same time as like a normal craft essence. So I'm basically like all of my grand candidates, I'm trying to bond 10 them. Because I'm proactive like that. But yeah, so you can see, like, I have her, I got Mash on the back line, which Mash is actually getting bond right now. But that's just because of the changes that Ordeal Call made. What's the perk of using storm pods outside of bleached quest nodes? Just not having to do it. There's really no perk to it, but the idea behind it is that one, you have to mind it less. It's better to actually do the bleached earth nodes in terms of rewards, right? But you have to mind it less if you just keep it on. And two, in theory, you can go do more efficient nodes AP wise and basically still spin the storm pods, still get the Stardust, and be able to convert more of your AP into blue apples for the future. So it's basically like, what are you valuing at the moment? Are you valuing the actual like node rewards, or are you valuing like preserving AP for the future? It really just depends. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I probably should just be doing the bleached earth nodes, but it is what it is. This is also me just realizing, hey, I got some free quests I need to do on JP. I'm just doing my first time completion of all of them. Do you think they'll add Grand Beast? That's up in the air, but probably. Like the extra classes, if you go back and you look at the original graphic for the Grand system, the extra classes are not included, but they are down to the right where it says extra 1 and extra 2 question mark. So I'm going to tell you the fact that they even put that means that you will eventually be able to grand the extra classes. Just maybe not until after Ordeal Call's done. It's probably a reward for the grand system. If you complete story, you will unlock the extra classes for the grand system as well, if I had to guess. And that's supposition on my part, chat. So I do not know, but that's me guessing, because I think that's a pretty logical conclusion. One from each extra tree would be my guess. Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to do like each extra class, but like kind of how the groupings are in class score, if you guys go look at them, that's probably how they will be in like for the grand system as well. If I had to guess. When do you expect the next president quest? Probably anniversary or sometime around then. Because I think they'll stall it out a little bit to give time, since they've got obviously like story that they're probably going to do at the end of the year. So expect like in the next couple of months they might do something else to tide you over. Yeah, no Buster card, damn. I mean, I don't need this, but whatever. Big number. Big number, chat. Actually, she might have been able to kill just with the cards, but... Cough, Bunny, Cough. Yeah, Bunny would definitely be one of them. Bunny would probably be the first half one. What's the second grouping, chat? Is it Avenger, Pretender, Beast, and something else? Is it Foreigner? Avengers in one? Oh, it's Alter Ego. Alter Ego, Beast, Pretender, and something else. Yeah, Foreigner. Foreigner, not Beast? Wait, okay. What? Somebody tell me. Y'all just keep one at a timing me. What are the four then? Since now I'm just completely fucked in the head. Like now it's just all twisted around in my head as to which one's which. Foreigner, Alter Ego, Pretender, and Beast. Wait, that's what I just said. Okay. I feel like I'm being gaslit. Yeah, I can't go now that I'm in the node, but... No, I mean, it's fine. I just... Yeah, like... I mean, Alter Ego, Beast, Foreigner, and Pretender. There's no Pretender Saberface yet. Alter Ego's got Okitan. Beast has Draco. But yeah, I think like the answer's obvious. It's clearly double X. The fuck? There's a Pretender Saber voice though. She should count. No, you're talking about Proto Merlin. Chat. Well, if she doesn't count for the Saber face only runs, can I count her for that? No. There you go. Judgment, chat. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. Why even NP when you can just card? Just calm, cool 400k cards rolling in there. We might give a Pretender Saberface for next anniversary. We'll see. We will definitely see. Chat, the tickets are still ongoing. And they are still glorious. I'm just getting so many statues from it. And dust. Oh, me late? Yes, you late. Double banner, 2 saber faces, 1 pretender, 1 moon cancer. Listen, I for one think a great way to spur the profits of the game would be to release only saber faces from now on. However, unfortunately, I would have to go free to play because they would eat me out of house and home. That mash append? Oh, I haven't even looked at it. Listen, don't look at the JP mash. Look at the NA mash. The NA mash is well taken care of. The JP mash is whatever. That would fuck you though. It would. It absolutely would. There is such a thing as too much of a good thing, right? Oh yes, meatloaf. Do we get more coins for Mash? Yes. You should go watch my Mash video. How's it going tonight? It's going all right. I'm actually kind of chill. Like, I was really getting kind of stressed with that return over the top of me in the lotto, but like, now that I'm done with the lotto, I'm like, ah. All coming back to me. Cad Bliss time, pretty much. Going pretty good, Cal. How are you doing? Waiting for a lotto to 120er? Mash? Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Why not? What do you think the odds are of a lotto before Annie on JP? It's possible. Like we've had like a June lotto before for like the Olympics, so I wouldn't say it's like an impossible feat for them to do anything at this point. I think the better question is, as always, like, do they have the time? And that's a big like what if. I'm not sure about the answer to that sort of thing because I'm sure to some degree they're going to be firing on all cylinders at this point, headed towards 10th Annie, which means they're probably pulling out all the stops. They're probably like getting ready to do a major show. Um, but I don't know, like to a degree, like stuff like that's on the event staff, right? But I don't know, like behind the scenes, how much they have planned between now and Annie on JP. And I'm gonna be very curious to see like what the schedule ends up like. Actually, we're kind of getting to the point. We'll probably just get it with anniversary on an A, but I was gonna say we're kind of getting to the point where we're due in for like another dev diary on an A. 10 Annie new Q buff coming in hot, dude. I mean, like, to some degree, it's like funny to meme on that stuff, right? Like, but also, like, yeah, I think we're at the point as a community where like certain things like terrify us because they're actually possible, and we just hope that the devs like don't do these things. What did I miss? Ask Bob. Then Thany will be Endless Waltz 2 with a whole CD's worth of idol songs from various units. Honestly, that would actually be great to a degree, right? Like, I'm surprised that like the devs haven't done something like that, to the extent that I'm pretty sure it would be a major hit. Although, frankly, at this point, with all the drama going on in the VTuber space, it may be a good idea for them to stay away from it. I don't know. God, I still have all of these free quests to do. Well, I guess let's do one that's 21 AP. Gonna go continue Expedition 33? No problem. Yeah, I'm starting to hear from people that are beating it, and they're saying like, "Hey, the game's really good. The story like does end well. Like it's an all around good story." Another Lartaria buff maybe in summer. Dude, it's so funny, right? Because like all the time you see people that are like, "No, you can't give them another buff." I'm like, bro, like you can absolutely unequivocally give Ruler another buff. There is no doubt in my mind that you could absolutely give that girl an NP interlude and it would be perfectly fine and not break the game. Like like we're at a really weird kind of juncture with FGO where the game is absolutely possible to, how should I put it, like just wholesale buff a lot of units and you still wouldn't like, you wouldn't even really like tip the scales at all balance wise. We'll see how he feels about it in a few months. Yeah, I mean, I think we got some good stuff coming out, but I do think, like, in general, a really good JRPG is hard to beat in people's minds. If it's good when they finish it, it will stick with them as a good game. There's someone that still claim Mello needs another buff after Lartaria for hers. Bro, I, like, anybody that thinks Mellison needs a buff, like... And I mean needs, right? Like I've heard people be like, hey, well, you could do something with like the second skill. And I'm like, well, I understand that. I disagree with like the premise that like it actually needs a buff. Okay. But it's like if someone wanted a tweak or something like that, I don't think it's the end of the world. But like Mello needing a buff, no, there's not a snowball's chance in hell that she needs a buff. I'm okay with it. Do what must be done. Okay. I was just curious. I'm a Hell enjoyer, but need absolutely not. Yeah. Buff Mellow's single target damage. She has too much competition. Yeah, like, and that almost feels like the mentality in that regard, right? And like it to me, it's as insane as saying like we need to buff Seal or like we need to buff like what's her face? Alter Ego that just came out. I keep wanting to say Kukulkan. Tiamat. There we go. God, brain. Sorry, you guys can tell my brain's like fried at this point. Her art form doesn't change to Buster. That's about all I do. So what are you saying that you would like a change in which the ascension doesn't dictate what the third skill does? Like honestly, like I'm a little bit okay with that. Like I think the fact that Melison's ascension is tied to gameplay is one of the most stupid changes they've ever made. And like chat, I just got done unlocking all of Melison's costumes today. I looked at like that girl has 7 different forms. She has as many as MASH. That's frankly speaking stupid. Like nobody really should have that many. And I say this full aware of like Umu, right? Like it's just I'm sorry, like it's getting kind of ridiculous at that point. To switch back from AoE to single target mode. See, the only reason why I would be against that is because that is an actual gameplay buff. I don't mind detaching the Ascension form from it, but allowing her to switch back is an actual thing that would make her stronger. When you use her art, need a nerf her to not use her third skill. Oh, I know. Put Mel in Smash Bros. Yes. What am I listening to? Okay, there we go. Had to get into the actual song. It's a flexibility buff rather than a true overpowering buff. Right. So, do you want to take the most flexible Lancer and make them more flexible? Because that is what you guys are saying. And that I'm against. She's already the most flexible. Like, I hate to say it, but like, no, it is a gameplay buff. It's a sneaky one, but it is one. Or you'll never see her red costume. Yeah. What'd you do if Saber was a guest fighter in Smash Bros? That'd be pretty awesome. Like, I'm actually surprised that, like, given all the collabs that Nasu does, that Nasu hasn't tried to do more stuff like that. Like trying to get like Saber or Rin or Archer or something like thrown into various things. Because like he does it with gacha games, but he doesn't really do it with other things. Like I feel like fighting games would make a whole lot of sense. Are there any new servants that you think could use a buff? New servants that I think could use a buff? Hmm. Hmm. Depends on what you mean by need a buff, right? Because like some of these already I could actually like foresee a buff for. But I think need is a strong word. Like I think most of them are okay. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I can kind of see that needing a buff, but that's a Tiamat issue. Right? OG Musashi could take a buff. Oh, Uchi Musashi's buffed quite a bit. Give poor Fran Zerker a buff already? Who? It's whatever Nasu's interested in. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. I I truly believe that that's probably like how he works. Because I think in order to have a collab, it takes two, right? So it's like I assume Nasu only offers to collab with things he's interested in. Nothing can collab with Nasu because he doesn't allow anything into FGO. So as a result, like it basically takes him being interested, but it also takes the other party willing to meet in the middle. So I assume because there's such an obstacle where he won't reciprocate a collab, there's maybe some issues with that, and some people going like, nah, man. Organize collabs with whatever Lowlight is interested in. I mean, to a degree, I don't think there's any issue with that. Other than, kind of the issue that we've brought up with the Nasu verse of like, it depends on whether or not you're trying to keep your IP quote unquote pure, right? So like if you're trying to keep the lore and everything like as is and you're trying to not allow like external things to come in, then it makes sense not to collab. But I think if you're gonna collabing with the things that like the person generally has a passion for, like who's running the stuff, it's actually probably going to result in a better collab than like, okay, so like now imagine Arc Knights had to collab with like Fanta and they didn't know the first thing about Fanta, and in fact then they got sent some Fanta and they fucking hated it. Do you think they're going to give two rats asses about that? No, they're not. But like if it's like, oh, it's Coca-Cola, I love Coca-Cola and I drink Coca-Cola all the time, they're going to be like, oh my god, let's do the best Coca-Cola collab ever. Like, so you can see how that sort of thing ends up impacting mentality and desire and overall like production quality. Pepsi manservant win? Probably never. Probably never, Chad. Behemoth and World versus Rathalos in 14. Capcom cooked. Yeah. Like you could tell that you could tell at least to an extent that that Capcom really like loved the Final Fantasy series, but then meanwhile that and I'm gonna say to a degree, right? It's maybe not a desire because I'm sure the 14 devs also liked Monster Hunter. It's probably just a factor of like it's just a factor of like 14 just does not have good systems for that. 14's an archaic game. It is what it is, chat. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's just 14 can't really like go crazier than how they did. Yeah. Like I'm sure they can add more rewards and stuff, but like it's almost like comparing apples to oranges. It's like naturally Monster Hunter is just the more graphical, like intense game. It has a lot more like action oriented stuff, so it feels more visceral. It literally is like a more engaging experience. We need Final Fantasy 17 to be the next 14. My understanding is they're probably already working on 17. I haven't heard though. Yeah, right now it's just people saying like, when do you expect it? But I could have sworn I heard a rumor that said like they already had like a grouped together for it. Need 14 or 17 to go back to turn-based. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to say there are people out there that are like, oh, I hate turn-based combat. First of all, none of those people should exist in this audience. If you play FGO and you hate turn-based combat, what are you doing? Like, you're literally playing the wrong game for you at that point, right? Like, so most of those people shouldn't be here. But I'm gonna say at the same time, and chat, this is a don't shoot the messenger again, but like, I have my hot take here, and my hot take is this. If you can't handle Final Fantasy going back to turn-based combat, you never liked Final Fantasy to begin with, and you don't deserve it. Like, there's a point at which people just want everything to be action-oriented, and that's fine, but, like, you can't expect every single genre to turn into that. You can't expect every single game to turn into that. It's just not what some of them are. Like expecting, say, for instance, a real-time strategy game to go to turn-based is insane. In the same way that expecting a turn-based strategy to go to real-time is also insane. I'm A-okay with there being Final Fantasy entrants that are action. Okay? Here, hold on. Okay? But Final Fantasy was originally turn-based. So at the end of the day, this is what they should absolutely be doing. And no, Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy, whatchamacallit, oh, what's the chibi game, chat? World of Final Fantasy? No. Sorry, it's not a Final Fantasy game in and of itself. No. No. Someone's gonna say it, and I'm immediately no, not World, chat. No. Bravely Default, thank you. Yes. Bravely Default does not count, right? Is what I'm trying to say here. Is like, you can't turn Final Fantasy into action, wonder why all the fans are getting upset, and then release Bravely Default and be like, see, we gave you your Final Fantasy turn-based game. It's like, not to knock Bravely Default, but I'm like, it's not a substitute. You've just created a split-off series. You have not replaced the main series. So to me, the split-off should be the action series. If they want to do more action-oriented spin-offs of Final Fantasy, that's fine. But Final Fantasy should be a turn-based series. I'm sorry. It just absolutely should be. I'm okay with them doing different stuff, kind of how they did like with 13 and 12. I don't have issues with that. But I think the change for 15 absolutely doomed the Final Fantasy franchise. And I'm sorry. It's just, this is my hot take, but I truly believe that as long as Final Fantasy continues down the action route, Final Fantasy will continue to become slop. Like, it will have a good story, it will have good music, and it will have ass gameplay. And it just is what it is. Like, until they realize that what makes Final Fantasy is not just the names of items, and instead it was the interesting spins on a turn-based system and an anthology type approach to that, they're not going to ever have the success that they once had. Like, and I'm dead serious, chat. I'm dead serious, okay? If, hear me out on this, they came out and they said, All right, here's your first look at Final Fantasy 17. We've gone back to the ATB system. I'm not kidding you. The crowd watching it at whatever event would go wild. Everybody would be like, woo! Like, it would just go crazy, okay? Which tells you, if I can think that, if other people can realize that, they're doing it wrong. They're going the wrong route, right? Like, and again, it's not to knock people that like the action versions of the games. It's not to knock people that like action games, but that is what Final Fantasy came from. The people that grew up liking Final Fantasy want that. And going against your core fan base's expectations will always be folly. Always. It will always lead to disastrous results. People woo regardless of Final Fantasy. You're not wrong, but I'm going to tell you there would be actual like insanity compared to what their normal stuff has. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys too, okay? If they go and announce Final Fantasy 17 and it looks even remotely like 15 or 16, that game will not sell well. Because, chat, we talk about like Star Wars and how people have given up on it. Welcome to Final Fantasy. That is what the 17th game of Final Fantasy will be if they just continue to make the same mistake. People are giving up on that franchise as a whole because it's just becoming stale at this point. It's not what the core fans originally grew up with. And while some people really like it, I think the vast majority of people want them to return to the old styles. They want them to go back to that turn-based system, and they want to see them modernize it. And a little bit, it's literally how 7R was. 7R was still basically a turn-based system, but it incorporated more of an action style to it. And I think people would be fine with this. So it's wild to see them have like a hit with 7R and people being generally positive about it and saying, hey, that's really good, do more like that. And then instead they come out with functionally 16. And then 16, you know, again, people will be like, oh, it sold well. It did not meet their expectations, chat. And I can tell you why. There's numerous factors in there, including exclusivity, that didn't help it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not exclusive anymore. 16 is available on PC, and it's still not selling like hotcakes. So there's something wrong. Something's rotten in Denmark, okay? And that's, at the end of the day, what I basically have to say about this, is that, unfortunately, for better or worse, it's one of those deals where they had two choices. One project went that way, the other project went this way. This project people really liked, but hated the story. This project people really liked, but hated the gameplay. They need to marry the two. Whoever wrote the story for 16 needs to handle the story for 17. Whoever handled the gameplay for 7R needs to handle the gameplay for 17. It's that simple. Who is hating the story of 7R? Tons of people, myself included. And the reason why is because it's... Remember, chat. What does the R stand for in 7R? So people expected an actual remake of the original. What they got was not a remake, but instead a like totally new spin on the story. The old style is what defined the franchise, and they were good at it, but with action they tried. But there's way better action RPGs out there, and their inexperience failed. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, there's still a huge chunk of people that, while people really like action, there's still a huge chunk of people that like they don't care too much for it, and they're just going to go and sit there. They're going to play it on like game journalist mode to not have to deal with it. Like they still want the experience of playing the Final Fantasy game, but they're just like, yeah, sorry, I'm shit at this. I won't be surprised if it ends the same in the end. I will be. I'll be extremely surprised if it ends the same. I'm gonna flat out tell you Sephiroth's gonna be a good guy in the end. Mark my words, chat. Quote me. Quote me. 8:35 on 5/13 in the year 2025. Kadroth said Sephiroth's gonna end up as a good guy at the end. Mark my words, chat. Why play it when I could just watch streamers play it like how you did? Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's just it is what it is, right? It might just be easy to splinter it where they release action and next turn based. No, I don't think that's a good way of doing it. Like I'll be honest, Final Fantasy was doing it right for years. That's why they were successful. I'm sorry, chat. People can get upset with me over this, but like I think the record shows like it's ever since they've gone mainstream action that the Final Fantasy series has suffered. Because at the end of the day, it's a look what they took from you. Everybody that liked the turn-based style still laments that they took that from them and is like, what the fuck? So it's like that one's not going away, unfortunately. Especially because turn-based games ain't profitable. Wait, what? Oh, you're saying that turn-based games aren't profitable as a myth. Okay, yeah, I was like, hold on, what are you talking about? I would dare them to end it differently. Play. I'm gonna say this, and I hate to say it, but like expecting it to end the same when the prior two games have both ended differently. I don't know what to tell you. Like expecting the third one to end the same as the original when the prior two didn't. They're clearly on different paths. That's all I can say. Somebody is clearly behind the scenes rewriting. I had major gripes with the plot of 16, especially the villain. Fuck that. Yeah, to a degree. Like there were things that I didn't think were perfect about 16 story, but I did think overall 16 story was pretty good. It was certainly better than 15's in the end. And honestly, it was certainly better than 13's. I'll say this: 16 is the best Final Fantasy story for the main line since Final Fantasy X. And I say this as somebody that generally likes Final Fantasy 12 story. The issue with Final Fantasy 12 is that there's no love interest, and that, like, quite literally, the group seems disjointed. Balthier should have probably been the protag, and therein lies the problem, is because they centered it on Vaughn to make it more relatable to kids. Vaughn's a plank of wood, yeah. I like 13. 13's okay, and okay, chat, hear me out though, okay? All right, 13 enjoyers. How do you feel about 13, but you can't include 13.2 or 13.3? How do you feel about the actual story of just 13? And the reason I say this is because I have to hold it to that I have to hold it to that bar because I hold 15 to the same bar. Because people have argued, oh, 15's great with its DLC and its movie. And I'm like, no. No, you don't get to do that. 15's base story as is ass. Like, that is its major flaw. That's why they had to do a fucking movie. That's why they had to do extra DLCs to flesh it out. So, in the same way, 13 has the same issue. Yeah, I'd say, like, when I say the mainline entrance, I'm not going to include 14 or 11 in that. They're MMOs. They're completely different styles of game. It's no knock against them. It's just like when I talk about the main line and where I'm saying like, oh, 16 is the best story since 10, I'm basically including 10, 12, 13, and 15 in that. So I'm saying 16 story is better than all those and goes all the way back to 10. 15 had a movie. The movie's a prequel. Yeah. You know what the hilarious part is? Without that prequel, you don't understand like the actual like setup for the story there. You just are like, oh man, Kingdom got invaded. I love 13 and I'll die on that hill. I came to respect 13 a little bit more after I played through it the second time. But God, I hated that first playthrough. 13 just made me kind of go like, what the heck, right? Like, but I don't think I think 13 gets a lot more hate than it probably deserves. Okay, I think my biggest issue with 13 is the use of all of these like proper nouns, like made up jargony proper nouns, like lassie. Like what the fuck does that even mean? I don't know. Chat, what's a lassie? Someone tell me what a lassie is. Tell me right now. That would include 10-2, which makes all of X meaningless and stupid. I don't think 10-2 makes all of X meaningless and stupid at all, considering I've played all through X and all through X2. X2 just basically gives you a like a second chance at love. Is all X2 really does. And that is the entire, like, that's the whole reason they do the whole girl power thing in it. But I'm also going to say X2 stands as a really good story even without X2. X2 is just the quote-unquote more happy ending. X2 is a 10 out of 10 dress-up game, which is really funny because that's apparently what they did with 13 too, is they took the mechanic from 10-2, the dress spheres. X is very strong. Yeah, I've seen people that don't like the story to 10. I don't know why. I like, other than it does have a quote cliche ending, but the ending is still good. Yeah, I think probably the thing that to me makes 10 so strong story-wise is 10 to me is a master class in writing character growth. Like, it just actively showcases a whiny, snot-nosed brat becoming a responsible adult. And it's kind of good, like, in that regard. Unlike Van, which you don't get to see that Van basically ends in the same place he began. Still a snot-nosed brat. 13-2 is more of a monster collector. I've heard that as well, yeah. 12 had some fine bunny girls. Ah, yes, the Vieira. Yeah, so, okay, chat, are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? Balthier is equal to Han. Because Fran is sexy Chewbacca. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, chat. Fran is sexy Chewbacca. And in case, you know what? In case any of you haven't ever seen it, okay? In case any of you have never seen Fran, that is sexy Chewbacca. Tell me I'm wrong. And unfortunately, the Luke character arc never left the first half of movie 1. Yes, Van never did shit. And Princess Leia is literally what's her face? Ashelia Benalgan Dalmasca. And that's, chat, if you look at it, that's exactly how it should have been. Balthier should have hooked up with Ash. That's the way it should have been. But because they didn't have this, it actually does make the story worse. It's the same thing as if Han never hooked up with Princess Leia. Star Wars would just be worse for it. How do you feel about Final Fantasy Zero? I have not played it. That is definitely one that, like, I had my eye on it as it was coming out, and I just basically saw the reviews for it and said, eh. It's basically Fire Emblem as far as I understand it. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I agree with you. The Empire in 12 was pretty cool. There would never be Kylo Ren. So you're saying we would never get the Star Wars sequels? You've convinced me. 12 story is actually really good. Thank you. Thank you. You've made the point that now I never want to see that. The judges are dripped out so hard, it's awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Dubs. Steve loves Strangers of Paradise. That's the fault of Disney because for years we had Jason, Jaina, and Anakin. Yes! Yes! Chat. The EU is not the European Union. The EU is the expanded universe, okay? And let me tell you, not everything in the EU is good, but there are some really good things in the EU. And I'm going to say this, on average, the EU is head and tails above the Disney sequels. Absolutely fantastic compared to the Disney sequel storyline. If they had actually adapted the EU storyline, like the Thrawn trilogy, oh my god. Oh my god. That would just be like, instead we got the sequel trilogy and we got Ahsoka. Wait. I forget how you spell Ahsoka. There's an H in there somewhere, and I can never remember where the H in Ahsoka's name is. Anyways, and yeah, you know, I'll just abbreviate it like this. Ashoka? No. The H is somewhere else, isn't it? A-H-S-O-K. Okay, thank you. Yes. I was going to say, it's like, otherwise people would be running around calling it Ashoka instead if it were spelled that way. But yeah, it's like the H goes before. My bad. No, it's all good. I was having the same mental conundrum as you guys were. The knights who say ni, yes. They were thrown off by the new Lancer on JP's name. The new Lancer on JP's name? Who? Bichon? But yeah, I don't know, man. I just, it's so sad because, like I said, I heard it long ago. Co-Carnage, another fellow content creator. He's a really like awesome dude. He's older than I am at this point. And he said like, eventually you live long enough to see all of your childhood like all of your childhood like pastimes and favorite shows and games destroyed. And it's true. Like, we're at this point where like I'm not opposed to like IPs doing new stuff, but some of the new stuff they're doing is not, hey, we're doing something new and it's different and I hate it because it's different. Instead, what they're doing is they're going, hey, we're doing something new, but it comes at the expense of everything that was old. And I'm like, why? Like, can't you just continue on and keep preserving the old ways while also continuing to do new stuff? And I'm like, that's the issue I have with it. It's, you're trampling on everything that made you great, and you're just totally throwing all caution to the wind. And then when people don't like it, you blame the people. You say it's the world's fault that this didn't work. It's not us. Like, there's no responsibility for making shit decisions. Every single character they touched butchered them. I mean, at this point, chat, even as an adult, I have gone back. I've watched the Clone Wars series. I've watched Rebels. And I did all of this basically to watch Ahsoka. And I'm going to tell you flat out, Clone Wars, I'm going to say is 90% good. Rebels, I'm going to say is 80% good. Ahsoka, I'm going to say is 40% good. And that's generous. The 10% that's not good in Clone Wars is the sheer contrivance, the Deus Ex Machina by which they bring Darth Maul back. That is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in modern show stuff. But like, other than that, Clone Wars is fantastic. And once you get past that and you accept that Maul is alive, Clone Wars is legitimately amazing. Like, the first 4 seasons are monster of the week, but seasons 5 and 6 onward, it's good. It's actually good. Like, it stands toe to toe with most other modern Star Wars stuff. Rebels is like 20% that's I dislike here is basically just, hey, this is like made for kids stuff. But the 80% is like, no, this is actually pretty decent. I actually like it. So it's like it's made for like 10-year-olds, but like the show is actually pretty darn good. Ahsoka is really fucking bad because Ahsoka tries to take the characters from Rebels, but it ages them up and it takes them down really stupid arcs. Oh, Pillar Man, I got you. Oh, Ashoka, god damn it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I see we're on the Star Wars debate. We could be. Not gonna waste my time watching it. I will probably watch an Ahsoka season 2, but depending on how season 2 is, I probably will be done with it if it's not good. It has to do a lot of redeeming. Because my biggest issue with Ahsoka season 2, more than just the Mary Sue character that is present in it, is how they handled Thrawn is fucking terrible. So like I didn't like how they did that. But you know, I'm open to Disney trying to fix itself and get itself out of a hole. But only I'll be honest with you guys, chat. I'm not paying Disney another dime. So it's like I'll watch their stuff, but at this point I'm basically going like full-blown piracy for that. Like I think it's stupid. I don't think we should have to do that sort of thing. But I'm kind of done as somebody that like you could, honest to God, you could consider me like a Star Wars super fan, right? And I'm done funding Disney's stupid decisions until Disney starts making stuff that I want, that I'm interested in, and they start doing stuff right. I don't see any point in actually giving Disney any money. Because I'm going to say this, I believe Disney is trying to target a newer, wider audience. Chat, Star Wars was already literally the world's biggest IP. How do you grow that IP? You don't. When you're the world's biggest IP, you don't try to pander to more people. You literally just try to tend to the IP as best you can. You try to preserve it. You try to keep it going for years. You don't try to like branch into all these like new and bizarre things. It's not going to work for you. Okay. So at the end of the day, until they realize that, Star Wars will continue to not be the world's biggest IP. It will continue to shrink. And get that feeling again? Yeah. But Cadma, mythical modern audience? Yeah, I've explained it before. Like, the issue with this is like with Ahsoka, right? You pander to that modern audience. And then we're gonna call it the OGs, the old guard, the original gangsters, right? You lose the old guard, but you pander to this modern audience. But this modern audience, I'm not going to say they don't exist. They do, but they maybe don't exist to the extent that like people think that they do, right? But this modern audience doesn't have the income. It's not going to spend it back on your IP, because who actually has the income are the OGs. They were the people that loved your IP in the first place, funded it, made it what it was. Blitzball. I don't even have to look. Hearing literally the da 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 da, immediately I know it's Blitzball. Just from that like first couple of notes. But yeah, it's like they're the people that funded Star Wars and made Star Wars what it is. And they're not spending money on you anymore. I mean, you want to know why your show rating sucks? That's why. And chat, I can't stress to you enough.
that audience score is actually up 5% from where it was when the show was airing. That audience score was a 14. How do you make a show in which, of the people who are interested to watch your show, only 1 in 5 people liked it? Do you know how, like, a colossal failure of marketing, of execution, of like actual production value that is? When of the people who are interested, only 1 in 5 ends up liking it. That's wild. Because people that don't have interest and would generally dislike it won't watch it in the first place. It's actually impressive how bad it is. Okay? So like, and of course they were complaining and blaming the fans for why it didn't get a season 2. Because it got canceled, chat. And it's like, $78 plus 19, where's the missing 3%? Oh, CAG, let me explain this to you. The tomato meter and the popcorn meter do not add up to 100%. The tomato meter is the score that critics gave it. The popcorn meter is the score that viewers gave it. They're not supposed to add up to 100%. So if they do, there's probably a problem. Like, the fact that, like, I'm not making fun of you, CAG. I'm saying the fact that you could even make that mistake shows just how bad of a show this is. It shows just how bad of a show it is. Like, that's pretty impressive. They've been exposed in the past. Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm not saying Rotten Tomatoes is like the end all be all. It's the same thing as like Metacritic, right? You just have to know that it is what it is. But I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, no, that's such a colossal failure. I don't know what to tell you. Like, clearly people did not like your show. And for anyone who's wondering, besides just the like sheer pants on fire asinine stupidity that is present in the show, the number one thing that probably pissed off most Star Wars fans is the fact that this show literally destroys the Skywalker prophecy of the Chosen One. Like, it just totally straight up shits on the lore. And they tried to spin it where it's like, no, this is actually how the lore... No, it doesn't. It completely destroys it. Always take negative ratings with a grain of salt. If you found something okay or was just all right, you're less likely to leave a review. That's true, Flair. However, I did not leave a review here. And I can tell you that this show, I watched all of it. It was straight ass. Straight ass. Like, episode 1, okay. Episode 2, okay. Episode 3, the literal worst episode of television I have ever been subjected to in my entire life. And I don't say this lightly, I have watched the Star Wars Christmas special. And I am telling you, I will rather watch the Star Wars Christmas special 10 times more than ever watch that stupid episode ever again. The power of many. God fucking damn it. Why? Why would you remind me? Like, it's approaching the, like, chat. You know how, like, stuff, when it's so bad, it becomes comical? And then you know how, like, but then there's other stuff where it's so bad, it's just pathetic? this show made me realize that it's like Dante's Inferno. There are layers to this hell. So it's like, it's so bad that it's funny, that it's so bad that it's pathetic, that it's so bad that it's almost funny again. It's almost funny with how bad it still is beyond its patheticness. Like, I did not realize that. Power of please someone stop Kathleen Kennedy's madness. Yes. But yeah, it's that bad, okay? And I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, that's exactly why, like, Disney people, and I want to be clear, chat, so that everybody understands, this show is so bad that people were like, basically after this show, right? Obviously, people have been saying it for years since Disney took over. I have never seen more legitimate, like, long-term big Star Wars fans like myself. I've never seen more of them say, that's it, I'm done. I'm done with Star Wars. This is it. I'm over. This show made that many people do that. They were like, nah, it's cooked. Disney fucked it. We're not doing this ever again. So it's like, that's bad. When you have a product that is making people swear off your IP, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you really fucked it up at that point. Third movie of the last movie series. Yep. But then you go watch Andor and love it? No. I've only watched the first 5 episodes of Andor so far, of season 2. Like, so I still have to watch the 6th one. I like Andor. Don't get me wrong. I'm also not watching Andor on Disney, so take that as you will. And chat, I'm owed that. As far as I'm concerned. Though, to be fair, chat, I haven't said that I've given up on Star Wars, unlike some people. Like, I haven't. I actually legitimately love Star Wars. I will always love Star Wars. But I can certainly carve out a chunk of that and say, that's not canonical. And when somebody tries to argue with me and goes, no, what do you mean? Disney said that. Disney's not canonical. There you go. I reject Disney's reality and I replace it with my own. It's that simple. Chat, it's the exact same way as me calling Artoria instead of the cursed Nasu name that he wants us to call her. I reject his reality and I replace it with my own. It is what it is. We're at this point where it's like, as a fan of an IP, if you are a huge fan and you like something and you just fundamentally hate the way it's being handled, reject it. It's that simple. Isn't that called delusion? Nope. Nope. I reject your reality and substitute it with my own? Yeah. Oh my God. Rocco's Modern Life. Reject it with your whole being. Yeah. It's that simple, right? Delusion is pretending that, like, something that isn't is. So it's like me making up my fictitious best friend. This isn't delusion. I'm just rejecting something that is in existence. Other than pure stubbornness? No. Delusion is making your favorite fanfic canon. Yeah, in that regard, you could argue that Disney is delusional. Disney Star Wars fanfic sucks. It feels like it, man. Like, I reject Chrono Cross aside from the soundtrack as being a sequel to Chrono Trigger. I think different IPs wanting to like make themselves sequels or something like that, I think is interesting. I think when they're kind of standalone though, they're very much a like take it as you want type of thing. Did you manage to waste all your QP, avoid capping out? Yes. Yes. I never once capped out my QP. Behold, chat. I told you, I've been doing this for years. I know exactly how to do it at this point. And I still saved everything I need for Zerctoria. Everything. God damn. I came close to them with the Lotto. Yes. Yeah, you guys have like 24 hours left. Make sure you guys roll out everything you need to. Uptown funk you up. Uh-oh. I have enough QP for all the new units this year. Just a couple faux pas. Those babies eat QP like any other. I've told people for years the primary use of faux pas was primarily just to drain QP. Like it was a way to enhance your character, but it was a way to like fundamentally just like kind of allow for another like account drain to exist. Circad the accumulator. Yeah, I mean, I'm at that point where it's like, I mean, what else do I need to do, right? Like, I basically have managed to stave off a lot of my like bigger issues by maintaining the ability to like not hit cap and still kind of keep myself on progress to like advancing all of my characters. So it's kind of what you have to do is like each time you have to like aim for a certain goal with the Lotto, but then you have to understand how to be able to like get out of the Lotto without like wasting anything. And I've managed to do it for years at this point, but I've had years where it's been really, really close. Unlocked and leveled Castoria's mana loading to 10. Yeah, it's in general a good idea, right? All right, chat. Since I'm still a newer player, at most I got 330 rewards from all the OC stuff. That's fine. You'll get more. Like as you start going through the story, you're just gonna get it. So it's not like it's like a one-time thing and you lose it. How much of your citadel have you built? So we actually built quite a bit. We actually built quite a bit, chat. But oh, why am I hearing it twice? Okay, hold on. Let me shift. Why is it not working? Is my capture card like dead? Well, we'll be right back, chat. What the heck, man? I don't know what caused that. So, chat, what I was saying was we were playing the Savage Wilds mod, and I eventually got to the point where I was just like, bro, I can't handle this. Like, it was so bad, basically, because shit kept falling through the world, because the nav mesh was crap. It re-implemented a bunch of the old, like, bugs that base Conan just didn't have. My character kept losing experience like every time I would log in and resetting my progress. So there was just all sorts of like... I think the capture card got my mic, by the way. Wait, can you not hear me? Mic seems fine. Okay. I was like, hold on. Nord timer. Chat, I always start out with Crom. It's the only way to get the Crom religion is to start with it. It has no existence within the world. And really the only benefit it allows you to do is it allows you to use a certain sword that exists in the game.
Death is coming.
Okay. You guys have never seen Conan's Conan's character creator. This is basically how it looks. This is the long ponytail. It's usually the one I go with. It's actually kind of difficult to do too much with the character creator, but it does have more here than meets the eye. Usually do that. And then face details. So like you can tweak some stuff, right? I usually don't bother because the base face preset, it's just it looks fine. So we're gonna go with that one. Body features. I'm quickly learning that going as tall as possible is kind of on the annoying side, so we're gonna go like right there. You can absolutely have full nudity. I'm not going to risk that. It's actually like I can stream that on Twitch, but I don't trust Twitch, so we're not gonna do that. I usually like to go a little bit more, so like you can go like fully like cut and ripped with like abs and everything. Usually go like right about there, so you get some like nice thigh definition, and then I go boom, and there you go, chat, nice and easy. Balmonte, thank you for the 20 months.
During the year
That 14-hour stream was insane.
Prisoner
Here, I'll let you guys watch the
was
cutscene
transported into the exiled lands,
for anyone that hasn't seen
crucified, and left to die for crimes that they may or may not have committed. Death comes swiftly on black wings, until fate intervenes.
If you guys are a fan of Conan the Barbarian, you'll like this game. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to spoil things burning, but like you'll see here in a second. Hey, who threw that axe? Oh my god, it's Conan!
Thirsty, dead woman. Shall I cut you down from that corpse tree? It might kill you. You civilized women are soft. Your lives are not nailed to your spines.
That's not Arnold. To be fair, Arnold isn't Conan either. Conan is like a book series going all the way back, like...
Where I come from, we kill our enemies in battle.
I think it's like the 30s or something?
Desert to die
It's an
like
old book series.
dogs.
What was your crimes? Oh, I didn't see. You'd have to go back in the VOD.
So, you live again, dead woman. This land does not love men.
Gage.
You are marked, and you cannot cross the ghost fence wearing that. It might have been kinder to leave you on the cross. Live, love, burn with life.
Why is that so
Slay
loud?
and survive. We will meet again, dead woman.
I've never seen the 2011 one. Is it good? Like, honestly, like, I'm half inclined to, like,
Behold,
to read the books.
the very boundaries of civilization. Beyond the passage of our highways by the wild places of the world, where untamed savages make endless war upon each other.
There you go.
You cannot pass into the endless wastes enslaved. Your bonding prevents it. Return. Follow the road. Any road. All roads lead to the city.
Yeah, so basically we're stranded in this exiled land. We have an amulet that prevents us from removing it. And if we... there should be like a water skin or something here. Normally is, but it may be further up ahead. I may have missed it. I'm not sure. There it is.
I am beaten, left to rot among the ruins of the past. There are others here, slaves, bandits and cannibals, exiles from lands I've never heard of. Some of them try to scrape a life from the wasteland, scrabbling in the rocks and sand for their own place. I cannot go on. The life that I left behind haunts me.
So what you're saying is he's
The
racist.
sun over the glittering spires of Belverus has forever denied me. The smell of my daughter's hair. I will pass the ghost fence, and this cursed land will finally end me. To whoever reads this note, I leave
Well,
the last of my water
why bother going
and
backward?
this message.
Actually, hold on.
Stranger, you have my pity. You do not know how cursed you truly are.
And so these are all just like anecdotes. I'm finding notes. I'm finding ancient glyphs. Oh, I have to completely gather 3 different plants. I have leveled up. Give me exposure or expertise. I usually like going straight into expertise, at least to some degree. Craft and wear clothing. Spend attribute. Bro, come on! Give me credit, game. I'm too fast for the game, basically. Because it's like these are little journey steps. They give you some experience.
Gods curse this sandstorm. We were forced to take refuge before the wind scoured the skin from our faces. There is something in the storm. Beasts.
But is there a
We
savannah
hear
of
the
death in
skittering
this
of their
version?
paws outside the ruins,
Yeah.
and their howls
Up over
mingle
here.
with the screaming winds. The men are scared. I've put them to work crafting rudimentary weapons and torches from the loose stones and rough plants that dot this place. I've yet to meet a beast that liked fire, or the bite of the axe.
I literally just have to like level up at this point. There we go. That'll get me the attributes. Hold on, chat. I may have to like actually go back and read that again because I don't remember if that like one particular thing is the like the thing that triggers the search for more survivors. Will Bob and Ash be joining you on this server? Yeah, I mean, like I talked to them. I hate that we had to restart again. Bob was already at max level, so it was just kind of shit, but it really doesn't take us too long to actually like get leveled up. I mean, I'm sure someone's probably modded it, Cody. There, see? The journey steps at this early part are kind of stupid because if you're a new player like me, or if you're a new player, you'll handle it well, but if you're a veteran like me, you'll just go way faster. I only have to find 5 stones on the ground. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, gather branches. Oh my god, bro. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Craft a stone pick. Harvest stone with your stone pick. Craft a stone weapon. I can go ahead and grab that. Oh yeah, hold on. There we go. I usually take Bruiser. Because spears are my weapon of choice in this game. Just like Lancer, right, chat? But, quite literally. The journeys are really only good early to mid. Yeah, I usually do them more than anything for, like, the completion rewards, but it's kind of like... Place a bedroll. Alright, I'm crafting 2 bedrolls. Play an enemy. Craft rough wraps. Heal yourself. Harvest fresh meat from a corpse. I only got hide. Of course I only got hide. I should have used the hatchet. Now I gotta find something else to kill. Perfect. It's a wide boy. It's just a cute little swamp puppy, chat. Ow. Why doesn't the swamp puppy stop all the way in the back? Refill my water skin. Unlock the primitive cook knowledge. Place or access a campfire. You can tell I've done this a ton. Was you trying to play out a new map? Yeah. This is you playing the OG story game again. This is me on the original map, which personally, I feel like the original map is the best. It's really well designed. And it has a ton of, like, cool and interesting places to play on, which, again, by the way, chat, if you guys wish to play on the server, we did reset the server again. So, like, this is back to the original map. So unfortunately, we reset everyone's progress, but we are more than happy to get some of you guys in here. Okay, so I need to place or access the campfire. You are probably going to scream at me to cook raw meat. Eat a cooked meal. Alright, we're done with that one. Survival shelter. Or homesteader. Doesn't really matter. Get the apprentice mason knowledge. Whoa! Whoa! What the bitch. I can take your ass. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. Get some! Oh, yeah! Well, I already got medium armor. fuck it. Who even needs leggings? Let's just go around in a loincloth. Feels good. I should probably heal myself up. Dad's using his gacha luck skills. No, I have no idea where that person came from. And if I had anything other than a spear, I would have absolutely gotten pancaked. But because I started with a spear, I'm Gucci, chat. I can handle most of the game. Spears are really good if you do the heavy attack because it staggers enemies and keeps them away from you. That's an archer. I don't really want to tangle with them. We'll probably get some stuff from the Dafari camp here. You know what? Let's see. Come on, bring it. Bring it, fighter, too. So there is a lock-on system. You'll see me use it some. Just not all the time. Okay, bro blocked. Bro got fatality. Yeah, I feel like I'm sure the author to Conan was probably. Oh, that's double archers. Never mind. Fuck it. Run away. Run away. If it's just one archer, I'd be fine with it. But two is kind of like, nah, I'm not dealing with that shit. Where am I? Okay, I'm actually pretty far east. Normally, I start much more on the western side. This will actually make getting north easier for me. I usually like to create my first base pretty far north. Lancer's class advantage though. Yeah, so the heavy attack for Lancer, it staggers enemies and it pushes them back. So when you know that, each weapon has different move sets that work really well for it. But the spear, aka the pike, is absolutely just the king of like range other than using an actual ranged weapon. So you can get a lot done with it, and people, the only way to really get around you is to either dodge you laterally, which with a lock on is somewhat hard for that to happen, or they have to basically try their best to like try to like dodge roll you. Like, chat, I'm not someone that PvPs regularly in this game, but I have walked into PvP camps and killed people with them. Like, where it's like, oh, people are like just dueling, and it's like 1v1 duel me, bro, and I've managed to like win some of the duels. So I'm not saying this as a factor of like, oh, I'm so good. I'm saying this as a factor of this is how good this weapon is. Okay, this spider's a beefy boy. There's also a trick to movement in Conan. So you can see I stack a cripple on him so he moves slower. So I run back away from him so he doesn't get hit. But I run pressing two directional keys at once. So I'm pressing basically W and A. And in doing so, it seems like it like bugs out the AI of enemies a little bit. So they think that you're running either forward or to the side. So they kind of like stagger step a little bit. But I've actually managed to not get poisoned against this guy. And it worked. Already got some early E-core. Die, you eight-legged freak. Yeah. Yeah, it do kind of be that way. Actually, I'm probably going to make my way west, so I probably need to go this route and go to the... I'm in combat. Whenever you hear the music, you're in combat. Like, you start hearing the drums and the beat pick up, you know. Did you see the movie? Sorry, which movie? Spear's so broken we had to invent guns. Kind of, yeah. And to a degree, like, every idiot can use a spear. This is why if you ever watch any of those shows or movies where it's like somebody's trying to like defend the townspeople, they literally are like, oh, yo, hey, we can't teach you swordplay. Just pick up a fucking stick. And it, like, unironically, it works, right? I may as well grab this obelisk while we're here. I'm gonna get a little corruption from it, but oh well. So corruption actually erodes my health, but the second I die, I'll lose it, and I'm very likely to die early on. Ah, please no. Please no. See? I'm being chased by demon dogs right now. Like unironically actual demon dogs. Gotta wait on my stamina. If you run your stamina out completely, your gauge comes back slower. So you see I have to like stamina manage. Enemies usually can't catch you if you're just sprinting straight forward. But when I slow down to walk, you see me using that like diagonal trick again. Okay, dogs went back. We grabbed some iron right here. And I have plenty of carry weight. That'll help me in case I end up in an area that's really iron deficient. Is it good to have proper leashing again? Yeah, so one of the big reasons why we got off that map, chat, it had some sort of like really weird ass like leashing distance issue where enemies absolutely aggroed you from much further and kept chasing you much further. Okay, I need to go this way. By the way, chat, I did check out the new Dune game. From everything I've managed to like watch so far, I don't think that game's for me. It's made by the same people who made this. It's Funcom. But it sounds to me like they're going way more MMO with it, but not in a good way. It's usually one of the safest ways to travel is to actually follow the river. I mean, you'll die to players if you're playing on a PvP server, but playing on this server, like, there's usually, like, the worst case scenario is, like, alligators in the river. I'm also going to grab some of that coal. Coal is actually a really good fuel. You can tell because it's just a nice big old black rock like this. Oh, alligator is angry at me. In here is actually a boss alligator. Oh god, he's a lot closer than he normally is. So I've aggroed the boss, and now I'm gonna run. Thankfully, neither of these should actually be that fast. Yeah, you can see flat fucks are pretty slow in this game, thankfully. This is a new Doom game made by id Software, the makers of OG Doom. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it is basically owned by Bethesda now. And they have been, like, since I think the 2016 remake. Okay, so we're coming in here. It's actually right where I want to go. That is a interesting spider cave, and you can actually learn the Zath religion down there. I will probably come back and learn that at some point, but right now I do not have the gear to be tangling with a whole bunch of spiders. Taking on one spider is way different than taking on, like, multiple. Actually, before I even run through this area, I'm going to go ahead and bandage myself up. While that's going on, let's take this moment of opportunity to grab a couple more points of expertise. That gives me a little bit more carry weight, so you can see my weight indicator up there in the top left is going down. So basically, the four indicators go like this. It's food, aka hunger, water, aka thirst, and then weight, so your encumbrance, your carry weight, and then basically my temperature. Temperature actually controls the speed at which the other two are lost, and then also, like, if you are at too extreme of a temperature on either way, you can actually take damage. Oh wow, I'm much further south than I expected to be. We're actually probably going to encounter a snake then. Nope. Good. No snake. Chat, you guys know I don't like snakes. Just wait. Because what does that look like? That's a snake, right? What does that in the distance look like? That's a much bigger snake. Much bigger snake. Also, giant scorpions. Yeah, I'm not tangling with that fucker. Big snake, yep. Give that big old croc a kiss? No. Diving in water will cool you down, as you can see my temperature gauge going down. I'm actually heating up quite a bit here because I'm already wearing like armor. And the reason I came over here is to learn the Mitra religion. It's actually one of the best religions in the game, in my opinion. You basically don't have to care about food. Oh, they actually included a thrall here. Interesting. That's new. They don't normally have that. About to level up again. Maybe just smack a tree as I run by. It should force the level up. There you go. Even more expertise. Eventually I'm going to end up at this where I'll get efficient harvesting, which is really good. Oh yeah, you can't see it, but there he is, chat. Look at that fucker. Look at how big he is. And honestly, out of everything here, I could probably kill everything in this oasis short of the boss. I can't kill that thing. Snakes are ridiculously difficult to deal with in this game. Like, you can kill them, but usually you need somebody to, like, tank it with a shield. Because they actually go around your hitbox. Fucking hate them. Hate snakes. Hate them. Ooh. Hey, Bob, you want a baby rhino? Can anyone try the server? Yeah. I think Bob posted the info on the Discord. It's a Boogie Dojin alternate form. Don't run away with her. No, bro, listen. Here, I'm gonna pick up the rhino. And if Bob wants it, I'll keep it. If not, I'll ditch it. I'm too busy running. So this is actually, I've actually built a base here before on this like northern edge of this oasis. It's actually a really good base location because right here is a motherfucker. He's angry because I stole his child. This is actually a thrall camp called the Den.
I smell human.
He smells human, chat. There you go. Discovered it. It's like they're distracted by the rhino. That's my sign to get away. See, when the leash distance and aggro distance are normal, I know what I can get away with. When they're abnormal, I don't know what I can get away with. Big Thulsa Doom fan on the dev team, thus Snake's OP. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Set is like a major religion in like Conan overall, I assume. Too busy watching Gundam? Ah, you're watching Gundam without me. I see how it is. It's all good. What Bob's meaning to say is he's spotting me. So this is actually, it's actually difficult to get into the Highlands most of the time, but I know like where I'm at right here is one of the easy ways. And then there's another way actually where we built our base, like right here where this leftmost, like branch of the river is coming down from the lake. That's actually a waterfall. Underneath that is a cut through that leads you up through this like area right here. Those are the two easiest ways to get into the Highlands. But yeah, if you have trouble finding the info, Coyote, let me know. The whole reason I don't advertise is because it includes, like, you know, certain details. Oh, if I didn't ledge catch there, I would have taken a lot of damage. I might have died. Actually. So this is the Highlands, chat. It's definitely the prettiest biome out of all of them. It's just nice, nice prairies. This is actually where honest to God, I've built the most bases here. Like in this stretch of biome. Pings me. I see. Oh, Jesus, wolf. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Wolves are rather persistent. You have to be very careful. And honestly, now that I'm up north here, I've got my bedroll out, chat. Oh, shit. That's not good. I ran out of stamina. So it takes it a little longer to come back. As long as Mr. Wolfie Boy doesn't catch me. Wolf can probably 2 to 3 shot me. But usually once you get hit by him even once, you're probably stuck. So I'm just putting down one of my bedrolls here so that I have one up north. So I don't, like, if I die, I don't have to literally, like, go all the way back to my prior bedroll, which was, like, down here. So, like, this is literally me, like, benchmarking all the progress. There's actually probably a sorcerer in that camp, but I'd rather not try to tangle with that entire camp because I know there's also a jailer in that camp. If NA is currently around 1 month sooner than JP was about 2 years ago, how are they going to handle Lotto? Yeah, everything is like basically just for the shift for anniversary. After that, they shift back. So you normally end up like where there's like a huge crunch on the front end of the year, but then the back end of the year, there's maybe a small crunch for like Thanksgiving, but then everything just evens out. So what I'm doing over here, chat, is I'm actually over here just kind of, since I'm out and about already, I'm looking for a horse is what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to get one before it becomes nightfall, which the sky is becoming a little bit darker here. Here we go. There's a horse. That's my horse. Okay. That literally just slid down. That's a like random animation. You can build up there, by the way, if you so choose. Conan's really nice about like you can build literally anywhere due to its stability system. The only restrictions are you can't build next to like thrall camps. Like set in stone camps, you can't do anything to. Did you just grab the horse? Yes, it weighs 50 pounds. And it expires in 1 day's time. So I have 24 hours of me being logged in. If I'm logged out, the timer doesn't expire. But if I'm logged in, I have 24 hours to basically get up to the point where I can use stables and use that horse. Which you can see, I haven't like leveled up at all because at this point I'm just running. I'm not really discovering much of anything. So I'm not really gaining experience because I'm not gathering, I'm not killing. Can it be built in water? Yes. Yes. Not underwater, but on the like surface of water, yes. You just have to build like foundations. Oh, wonder if I can kill him. The fighter 3. This bro might fuck me up. He's also got a spear, so this is spear on spear action chat. Trying to stack bleeds, stack cripple on him. Keep him staggered. Oh, I'm a little too close. He's probably gonna hit me. Oh, he missed! I dodged him laterally. Yeah, if I can get him dead, I can already get some early Vanir gear. That's actually going to be really good for surviving up here. Oh God, that is like the best possible result. So I already have a hardened steel spear. I already have, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'll put on your war paint. And it, like, didn't apply. Whatever. Let me get rid of my current spear. Put that back on. It's already, like, majorly damaged. But this will be much better at allowing me to, like, handle stuff. I'm gonna craft myself an improvised torch. I'm gonna get rid of the rhino. I'd like to keep him, but the horse is the bigger priority. I can always go get another rhino cub later, because there's almost always one spawning there. And it's becoming dark, so I need to get to my base location in a hurry, because my base location that I'm thinking of for making this one is gonna be a little bit different, a little bit more scenic, but it's also going to be probably fraught with wolves. So, wolves plus rain plus dark, not a good combination. Hence the reason I already put down one of my bedrolls. I'm actually going to try to stay up on the ridge here. It is a good way to, you could also build a base by this pool of water here. It's definitely an interesting one. You can see the temperature as we've gotten to the highlands has come down a little bit, but I'm also wearing at least one piece of Vanir gear. I guess technically getting the legs would have been the most optimal, but you know. I don't really want to waste the durability of this spear on him, but normally I will kill every male entertainer I come across. Because as you can see, chat, they're just a travesty. Female entertainers look so much better. I'm gonna eat my roasted haunch since it'll expire otherwise. Yeah, it's getting really dark. It's gonna become difficult to see here in a minute. Bro is still chasing. He should leash soon though. We're going up on some piggies. Okay, bro finally leashed. I can check my bearings a little bit more. We're aiming for this river. I don't know why I just heard that, but that's terrifying to see that voice line come out of nowhere. Some areas I'm really used to traversing at night. This is not one of them. So I may be in for a world of hurt. Because like I said, I don't know the lay of the land here too well. I don't know where enemies are. So we're gonna pull out my torch now. And always craft another if I need to. This one's just a shitty improvised torch, so it only has like 3 minutes on it. There are easy to acquire better torches, but I haven't learned the technology yet, and stopping right now would probably be dangerous for me. Okay, we have made it to the river. Gonna refill myself, get my bearings again. Yep, that's wolves. Stick to the river. We'll be a little bit safer in the river.
Enemies can't swim, but I don't believe the river's deep enough to require swimming. And here it is, chat. This is my base location. A dual waterfall. Gonna put my bedroll up here where it's safe. Because again, I don't know what I'm dealing with. Now, let's look with some knowledge here. Usually box maker is a pretty decent one to pick up. I don't know if Bob will get that. For right now, I technically don't need it. I'm not carrying too much other than the full, which is kind of a piece of shit, but it'd be what it be. I'm not gonna need stairs yet. I'll grab both of those. They don't cost anything. Bed shaper and torch. So this is the actual good one. And then off of torch. See, I'm not high enough level to get blacksmith yet. I can get the improved campfire. Shelter is also a mechanic in the game, so like it's cold, I'm getting rained on. It's not gonna kill me, but it will make my shit degrade faster. I need to make a construction hammer. I do not have the twine to do it. All right, chat. Hey, it's raining. I'm in a dark, angry forest at night. And I gotta find some plant fiber. And wowzers, this area is bereft of plant fiber. I never noticed that. That's actually pretty rare in this game. Oh, that's a big old moosey boy. Oh, god damn it. That's just gray looping. Good for feeding to your horse. Good for gray dye. Not much else. Yeah, plant fiber looks like it's going to be the problematic resource for this base location. Thankfully, it doesn't look like wolves are too bad here. Like, I actually am surprised. I thought there would be far more. More gray lupine. Ah, actual plants. Let's go. Island berries. You can eat the berries for food. You can crush them for later on when you get the fluid press. Good thing it's daytime. But you can crush them to make like juices and stuff. I'm gonna craft a bunch of twine, make me a construction hammer. I actually like probably should have started by doing that. And now we can begin to craft foundations. For me personally, especially due to animal chases, I like to kind of keep things up a little bit. Gonna put down my campfire here. Gonna throw in my coal. I'll also throw in my ironstone. Iron's really heavy, so getting it out of my inventory. Actually, let's sort by heaviest first. Getting the full out of my... You know, I actually don't know what will happen if I turn the fire on and my full's in it. I don't think it'd cook the full, but I don't want to find out. Because I don't want to have to go get another one. At least not yet. Getting the first horse is always the most difficult. After that, easy.
I'm just cooking up some food here. Actually, I'm not even going to bother doing too much. I need to use daylight while I can. Game wants me to build a foundation. Alright, we do have the yellow flowers, so we can make respec pots. I'm gonna try to carry as much of this as I can. I should have put the full in the fire. We have leveled up. Good, that should get me to level 10. I unlocked a bunch of journeys. The other good part about this is nice flat ground. There should be plenty of room for a purge to spawn somewhere here. Build a wall. Of course. Build the wall. Build a door frame. Build more walls. Build a ceiling. Look, chat. Shelter. Build a door. God damn it.
Oh.
I told you guys, literally, this was going to be my problem. Can't even craft a sickle yet. So I can't efficiently harvest that. So literally, twine is going to be the bane of my existence early on. Thankfully, twine, really, like, long-term, not difficult to get in, even in the slightest. Oh, wait. Unlock the box maker knowledge, so the game forced me to get it. Torchbearer is the other one that I wanted. Apparently, I had to wait till 10 for that. Thrall Taker's another one that I want. So with that, we actually have pretty good capability here. Storage. Wooden box. Of course I need twine. So you can do rare resources are twice as likely, or you can do efficient harvest. I like efficient harvest. It just literally makes you faster at gathering. So to me, anything that speeds up your time, usually worth. Cost 2. I'm gonna grab armor for right now. Blacksmith, carpenter, iron tools, tanner. Very few points left. So that should be good for now. Still can't make a scythe. I literally have to make the other stuff for that. Let me quickly go throw the full on here. Again, because he just kind of heavy. I'm going to throw the other materials in there for right now. There's plenty of wood. Wood is absolutely not an issue here. Stone, stone's actually not too bad. Like I said, it is just going to be a pure and simple plant fiber issue. Which, now that I can see, not a whole lot of it, but we do at least have some in the area. So it's not as much of an issue as I first thought. These early bushes are going to have to make do for now. But they, like, stuff actually respawns in Conan pretty quickly. Hopefully no insane elks. Oh no, there'll definitely be insane elks. Go ahead and craft all of that. You do get experience from crafting. It's not a whole lot, but hey, it's better than nothing. The lion's share of your experience actually comes from, as Bob mentioned, like journeys help early on, but quite literally, it's just going to be gathering. Gathering is almost always a good way to do it. Cut down D tree. Gonna actually cut these down too. Just for line of sight purposes. I don't think I gotta worry too much about wolves in this area, which is surprising. I really thought I would have. Okay, place the wooden box. I'm gonna place it like right there. Store something inside your wooden box. Okay. Start a new journey since I finished that one. See, it's like, oh, reward survival kit. Actually, oh, yeah, that's true. I totally forgot that you can claim these. So I got 500 branches and 500 plant fiber. Oh, I'm saved. Thank God. And the survival kit. They gave me a bedroll, aloe extract, a lasting feast, scrawled note. Don't care about half this shit. Give me a rawhide bedroll. That's like a slightly better one. Honestly, there's no difference between a fiber bedroll and like any other type of bedroll. Like slightly better quality, but oh well. Okay, let's actually store all of this for right now. Because I am again gonna just keep using daylight to gather resources, because we're already like getting to the point where we're kind of getting through the midday here. Let's see how much of this is destructible. Leveled up again. I can't see until it goes away. That looks destructible. Okay. You can see stone picks, stone tools in general just do not last very long. See what's up over here. Kind of scouting around. There is a thrall camp up the ridge above us. But we're going to primarily focus on getting the most stone that I can while it's daylight, because seeing stone at night, kind of difficult. Seeing trees at night, pretty easy. But like being able to tell an actual harvestable like stone pile from just a normal like unharvestable rock formation, when it's like in the dead of night, that can get kind of difficult. I like your stone lean-to. Oh, it's not even. There is like just gonna be a shit ton of rain constantly in this part of the Highlands, but that's just par for the course. It does clear up. It's not always gonna rain. Honestly, it's kind of soothing. It's kind of ASMR. Okay, it's definitely getting dark now.
Start tree chopping and clearing here. I usually start first, work my way out. You can also start far, work your way back in. Doesn't really matter. If you're on a PvP server, your tactics are going to change. You're going to prioritize being sneaky and, like, subtle. I'll try to get this level here at least. You can see my tools are not efficient in the slightest. I'm getting a ton of resources, but, like, they just take effing forever. Okay, even more expertise. I agree with Bob. I think maxing out expertise first, since we're PvE, just makes the most sense. Haven't really unlocked anything else. Wayfinder, to me, I know the game way too well for that to, like, matter, and the fact that it actually has a cost is, like, stupid, and nothing else requires it. It's like, it's one of the newer talents they added to the game. I do need to get Furniture Maker eventually. But yeah. Alright, so first things first, because it's going to be night soon. I actually like putting down... So chat, all torches, not created equal. The standing torch literally provides the most light in the entire game. Not even kidding. There you go. Plenty of light. And you'll see, like, this will not be apparent until it actually gets to be night. But this will allow me a lot more, like, vision to work with. Mr. Zephyr, thank you for the prime. Whole ass months of babies? That's true. How you doing today, bud? Alright, let me offload some of that. Offload those branches. And pick up a heap big pile of stone. And let's widen the footprint of our base. Because I said we can. And we're out of wood. How much wood could a wood? If wood. And now we're out of stone. Okay, next, crafting stations. Stand under here, at least my survival stuff won't. The problem is going to be when I need to get food. Because I'm going to have to find something and kill it. And while I'm still low level, that's really bad, right? Reclearing Final Fantasy raids, nice. How has Final Fantasy been going? Okay. Smithing, yes. First we want La Furnace. And this is where our coal is going to go. We're immediately going to dump in the iron. Sorry, let me get rid of that so that chat can actually see. We're then going to dump in our coal, which is our resource. You can drag it in or you can just turn it on. It'll work on its own. We're going to get the iron bars smelting. Stone skinning knife is necessary for each of these. Do this one. Access or place a furnace. Apparently I need to harvest ironstone. So I need to find iron in this location. Centralized to me. I'm going to craft an actual torch if I can. I just literally split it in half. It's usually faster that way. That's going to get me a much more proper one. We're just going to throw the bad one out. Don't need it. And we're going to go see if we can find some actual iron. There should be some somewhere in here, but again, Kind of dangerous up here in the north. Thankfully, I have my bedroll down, so even if I die, I'll just go back to my base. No iron up in here. Looking at this, there may be iron over to the right side, but we're going to check this way first. Don't you feel the devs stop caring for advanced quests? Well, what do you mean by, like, stop caring? Because I think the devs did, like, stop wanting to do them as often, but I wouldn't say it's like that they don't care about them. I think it's that they... Oh, angry elk. I think it's that they realized that, like, advanced quests were a whole lot of work for very little gain. I can kill that elk, but there's really not a whole lot of benefit to doing so right now. None of this is iron. Missed me with that shit. Oh, chat, this is the crevice. This is actually one of the best PvP bases in the game. This is a massive hole, but it leads into a cave. And natural formations like this help protect you from enemy god avatar summons, which is how people crack open people's bases. They build up to a tier 3 religious altar. They summon an avatar of their god. They possess that avatar. They run around kicking and destroying stuff. So we're actually in the snow. Shit's getting cold in here real quick. They're really not seeing much in the way of, like, coal. Another angry elk. Really not seeing much in the way of coal or iron at the moment. So that's going to require a little bit of another extra, more interesting trip here. Gonna run down to the river. This is actually the same river. It's just we're a lot further east. Now we're getting into the, like, hey, it kind of cold here zone. So you can see my temperature on the left side now says that I'm cold. Oh, that's a bear. Let's not fuck with the bear. So this is actually the mouth of the river, chat, that I decided to build on. Oh god, that is a 1-star bear. That is not your average bear. That is a very angry bear. No, game. I ever so slightly, like, oh my god, now there's a wolf. Woo! Get fucked. Fuck you, bear. Oh, that's right. There's iron up there. Okay. I'm gonna have to deal with Mr. Wolfie Boy. But I do know where there's iron. We got away. No. I did not expect a skull bear. That's, like, wild. You saw the bear almost one-shot me. And chat, that's wearing a piece of, like, I'm gonna call this, like, tier 3 out of, like, a possible 4 armor. At least for, like, base game armor. You know what? Play it safe. Bandage myself up again. Really don't want to use the plant fiber on it, but better than nothing. Okay, so up in here, in these, as people like to call it, spines, there are a couple of rock noses, but as you can see, there is a shit ton of ore. You'll see I'll turn off the auto lock and then turn it back on sometimes. It's a rather thick enemy, so I'm not going to need the auto lock to hit him. Pickaxe is going to break. Oh, it didn't break yet. I need to find some coal. You can see just a metric fuck ton of iron here. I know where I can find some, but I was hoping to get some here. Coal's a little bit difficult to find in the north. It's one of the rare ones, because the north has a lot of other means for, like, generating fuel. Oh, actually, I guess it can be wood. It doesn't have to be coal. Weird. I'll take it. Okay, my pick is broken. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to create an iron pick. You can see we're much further upriver. You can always take a swig as you're, like, running through water. Like, any water surface, anything you see on the ground, you can literally pick up if it's a, like, actual item in the game. I always feel safe when I'm on my platform because I know, like, it's raised up. So I know that, like, let's say there was, like, a wolf or something that strolled by, I'm gonna be fine. Nothing's gonna get to me. Alright. Gonna put the iron in. They already got that. Access or place a blacksmith's bench. And this is kind of like teaching you how to play the game, but it's also, like, literally the thing that I actually need to do. Oh, wow. 50 iron was required for this. I have exactly 50. There we go. I blocked the door, but I don't care because it's the door to nowhere. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and store all the branches on that. I can also make a golden pick if I have gold. That's apparently a new thing for the anniversary. There's an anniversary code out right now. There's also drops. So I definitely need to make an iron sickle, but more importantly, I need to make an iron pick. I apparently need 30 iron for that, though, which is kind of a nasty cost at first. That'll actually become literally nothing after a bit. Okay, now we have an iron pick. That journey is complete. And the reward from it. Stone skinning knife it is. So you want me to skin a corpse? This other journey wants me to skin an animal. So you can literally, a corpse and an animal can be the exact same thing. Does not have to be any different. I'm gonna go ahead and eat a bunch of these berries that I've already acquired. Let that stuff cook. And we're gonna go try to go kill that, probably that wolf. Because he's the only wolf I know of at the moment. It is kind of dark, so this is somewhat dangerous. Does the rain ever stop? Yes. The rain will stop, but it will also rain for, like, days on end. Can rain for, like, 20 minutes at a time. But again, this is the Highlands. It's just one of the most scenic areas, so
You could expect it to be almost like if you were in like the American Northwest. It's very similar. Wonder if a rock nose counts as an animal. Already increased efficiency with that. I can break rocks much faster. Okay, there's a rock nose. You can see his eye in the distance. Iron is unfortunately very heavy. Okay, we've killed the rock nose. I have no idea if the skinning knife is going to work for this. I mean, I'm getting iron off of it, but it sucks. And it's not giving me progress, so... we've got to find an actual wolf. Again, you can see I now have like 500 iron, so you get, like, basically if you use the appropriate efficiency tool, you get far more of a resource. So trying to use a stone pick on iron got me very little. I don't really want to kill this guy, but I will. I don't know what that was. I was like on top of his corpse. Well, sorry, it's not a corpse yet, but you know. I'm actually over encumbered, but those level ups, yeah, I'm not encumbered anymore. That's funny. Still looking for my wolfie boy. He was somewhere over this way. Try to see if we can spy him. There he is. God, he was right on my heels. Sometimes they are just very quick. Okay, so that got that journey done. Now I'm gonna switch over to Tanner and get that journey done. I also need bark. I got that journey done. And this is now place or access an armorer's bench. I gotta be careful because at 98% still, bark apparently doesn't weigh a ton. Okay, now I'm at 99, so I don't want to like go over encumbered or I'll move like way slower and have to drop something. Yeah, so this is another waterfall that can be built at. This one's just a single waterfall. I opted for the double.
Honestly, lacking extra units isn't going to be the worst thing in the world. Like, Ordeal Call 2 is kind of nasty for that, but it's really not, like, a huge problem, I would say. I want to grab those bushes so hard. Here's the base. You can see it in the distance. Okay, let's deposit all of that iron. Get that in there. Game wants me to build stuff, and I'm inclined to agree. So it wants an armor bench and a tannery. Well, we can make the tannery already. I'm gonna go ahead and put the bark in there because that's actually what it uses for fuel. You can see that there. Fire leather from a tannery, so let's go ahead and put the wolf pelt in. Turn that sucker on. Boom, there you go. Craft a tanner's table. We're gonna hit F to bring it up. Do that. That completed that journey. Now we have the improved tanner's table. Which is kind of funny, because, like, 50 iron bars. Honestly, I'm not sure why you really would need an improved tanner's table, but it's there. Like, that's the sort of thing where it's like later on I do that. Would it still be under smithing? I'm looking for the armor stable. There's the armor's bench. So yeah, it should be here. Okay, there it is. I just need 25 twine. I like putting the armor's bench right next to the blacksmith bench. They kind of go hand in hand. Okay. Craft a light padding. Why? Oh, I need... Oh boy. I gotta go out killing, like, elk and wolves and stuff, because I need the, I need the stuff from it. Alright, where was that elk? He was back in here somewhere. We go kill his ass. He's closer to base. I'm actually legitimately surprised at how few animals are here. I remember there being, like, far more. Like, I feel like I remember seeing, like, wolves all back in here and shit. Ooh. Close. Ooh. Bro's, like, glitching me out. Like, this is one of those instances where the auto target's actually, like, really bad. Okay, ooh. Thick hide. Excellent. That was a problem we were having in the other game, is it was very difficult to get our hands on thick hide. Unfortunately, I need, like, thin hide. So I have to actually go find a wolf. Not the most ideal set of circumstances. Especially as it is getting dark again. Oh, if you follow that bear, he'll lead you to like a treasure. God damn it, it's another elk. I mean, fuck it. Jesus, dude. What is with this guy? He's like glitching through things. Like he's so quick to like actually like catch me. At least I'm getting exotic flesh from him too. That's a really good meat type. Okay, we got fur. I might be able to strip fur for light padding. I'm gonna keep looking all throughout here. Seeing if I can see a wolf. Oh, I see we already got 4 players on the server. Gonna bandage myself up. Need to heal. No problem, Katana. Have a good one. Trying to do all advanced quests for, so it's a problem for that. I wouldn't say it's like the end of the world to like not have a an extra class for that. That's actually iron up there. Interesting. Gonna mark it. That way I remember that it's there. You can put map markers on the map if you need to, so it definitely helps things out. Bro, I can't see shit in here. Oh, we're already to the ward towers? Okay. Don't really need to go up there yet. Chakula, thank you for the follow. Can't figure out a good comp for the hardest one. Like the most recent set? I haven't done them yet. Ah, there's another wolf. Hopefully it's just the one. There is a wolf near base. He's just on the other side. Oh shit, there's 2. Okay. Now this is difficult. It's just 1, it's not bad. When it's 2, 2 is a big yikes. Yep. Leashed. You got all the way on my heels and then he leashed. Well, since I ran back to base, let's see if the fur works, so. I knew I remember there being wolves here. You get BB at the end, really strong servants, fuck you. I mean, you can make do with a berserker, but yeah, that is going to be one of those ones where it's like, if you don't have a quick way of dispatching BB, it can be a little problematic. Oh, right, I can't do fur this way. Damn. Well, may as well turn that on. Let it run. So you can get heavy leather one way or the other. Gonna offload the exotic flesh. I think I'm gonna have to go back after those asshole-ish wolves. I have to see if I can like get them one-on-one. There might be another solution actually. He's gonna re-aggro. I was gonna say, don't give me that. Huh? At least I got him 1v1. Get the other one. Oh my god, did you see that? There's another wolf coming up. I gotta keep my eye out. Oh shit, I accidentally ate that. Good, I intercepted him. I died of this food poisoning. Bro. Oh, thank God. Probably gonna die, but... Okay, got the resources back from that. We're gonna die. Let's at least die closer to base. I might not die in the end, but, gonna depend if I can get the wrap crafted. One of my favorite games. I love it. I love Conan. I just, like... I wish the devs would give us more with, like, the base map here. Oh, I actually had some healing wraps on me. Let's go. They'll save me from the, food poisoning. I've played Conan for years. I always get, like, it's one of my guilty pleasure games. I come back to it from time to time, and I just love kind of starting out, building big bases, and, like, just having fun with it. To me, it's, like, just the best survival game out there on the market. I know, like, other games do, like, more wacky, crazy stuff, but I think the building in Conan is just superior. Okay, let's strip... Oh. Okay, that may be all I need. Let me double check. I need 26 for a light padding. I already have 18. So, 21, 24. You won't catch me crafting many light paddings, chat. One, because I don't normally use light armor other than for, like, glam. Oh, is it because my character's cold? Oh, no, that's the face paint. It's so, like... so small, I barely notice it. See, chat, what kind of pants should I give myself? That's so light, that's armor. Looks hot and kicks ass. Honestly, I'm just gonna leave it because I can cheat this. Because that's a piece of light armor. So that worked. I remembered as like, wait a minute. Rel taker's what I probably need to work on next. Almost maxed out expertise. The grinder and the fireball cauldron. Focus on getting some of the stations set up. I need more bars. More twine. Gather brimstone. Fuck off. I'm not doing that yet. Alchemist bench. Harvest aloe leaves. Can't do that. It's for you what Minecraft is for a lot of other people, Cat. Yeah, honestly. I actually just like the building in Conan a lot more. But I do, like, I wish Conan had the ability to, like, reshape the landscape. Like, if I could, like, dig a moat or, like, build, like, a mound or something. Bro, that'd be so awesome. Like... But also at the same time, I understand, like, the game has, like, PvP aspects to it. I'm gonna throw all of that in there, get me more. Actually, I need to get more bark here. Oh, see, chat, so it stopped raining and now it's misty. It's actually interesting. I'm not used to it being misty. I think it only really happens in this biome. Yeah. So we need to build a Wheel of Pain. That's going to be reasonably difficult. It's under the companion tree, so I need 50 twine. Need a little bit more lumber. And going right in the river. What's worse than having to push a wheel? Having to push a wheel underwater. Craft a truncheon. I need leather, plant fiber, and a stick. I can push a wheel of water? Exactly. Wait, yeah, leather. Gonna actually... Oh, I don't have the sticks. Really? I do now. Craft myself 2 truncheons. Gonna put all that leather back. Gonna put all those sticks back. Gonna put all that iron in there. Gonna craft myself an iron sickle, because Lord knows I need it. Gonna craft myself an iron hatchet, because Lord knows I'm gonna need it. How did I end up with so many water skins? I'm gonna craft myself a couple of rough wraps. Okay. Like 30 of those suckers. Gonna put all this back in. And now, while it's daylight... Oh, I need to craft bindings. Hold on. Of course, it requires fiber. Why wouldn't it require fiber, chat? Gonna craft myself a second one, too. Basically, all the base level stuff is just so bad. You can see that, like... That plant fiber is just eviscerated, but like admittedly now I have a sickle, so I can literally harvest far more efficiently. Now chat, we're gonna go to that place that I discovered earlier. See, behold. Pure raw efficiency. There's another 400 plant fiber with like 2 swings of the sickle. Actually getting dark. So I shouldn't linger long, but I need to knock out a fighter or an archer. And that's going to be somewhat difficult, since I don't have a shield. I just kicked bro down to get him away from his allies. Got him. That was actually one of the most easy early captures I've ever had. He was just a lone archer. I ducked his first shot, kicked him off the fucking thing, and there you go. Is there a cap limit for mana prisms? If there is one, I'm not aware of it. Like, I've heard people say it's like at like 1 million or something. I'm only at like 500,000 myself, so it's like, I don't know, if I ever hit it, I hit it. But like, honestly, I doubt I will, because we're coming into an era where we really start to have that stuff drained a lot faster. Okay, so I need to obtain gruel. And it's a good thing I went ahead and harvested that stuff, because since I used that, I got seeds. And that's 100% what I need, basically, is seeds and plant fiber. I'm gonna go ahead and cook up the rest of this meat. Actually, fuck it. I'm gonna make it faster on myself. I'm gonna eat that. Oh, the fuel time ran out. That's actually perfect. Throw all of that in there. Okay, I can see it's really dark, but that one torch doing a whole lot of work. Put some gruel in here. Turn it on. And bro will ever so slowly convert. I think I'm literally gonna... make another torch if I can. I need sticks for that. Wood and plant fiber. I'm gonna craft myself 3 torches. 1 for this corner. 1 for this corner. And the last one's just for myself to carry. Bro is done, and you can tell because he disappeared. Now, I could take him with me thralling, but honest to God, probably not worth. We're just gonna let him sit here. He can kind of guard base so that if wolves try to get here, he actually can't get off of this platform, really. But similarly, they shouldn't be able to get to him, really. And chat, that is literally the start of a base. So already, just in like, literally like an hour and a half, this is what I've already managed to do. I've already managed to run all the way north, get all the way up here, managed to get some easy armor for myself, good weapon, managed to knock out a thrall, convert him, and have a base defender. Managed to get the, like, immediate setup of my base going. Like I said, if I was playing on a PvP server, I would absolutely be playing differently. I would not be nearly so brazen with how I'm operating, but yeah, we're good. I don't care. It's quite easy to deal with all of this. I will actually probably let my character sleep underneath the thing here. QP cap limit too. Honestly, the QP cap limit's kind of fine. If they wanted to increase it more, they could, but I don't really think they need to. 2 billion is a crap ton. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me tonight, chat. Let me see who all is on. See who all I can find. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will be back tomorrow, unless something gets in the way. I'm gonna send you guys over to Mr. Fox first. He is streaming some Elden Ring. Apparently, it's his first playthrough. He was telling me about that. So go give that man some love. I will return tomorrow. And check me out on YouTube. Again, we got a new short out today. It was not a full-fledged video, but we at least got something. I at least have another short for tomorrow as well. But I definitely got to think of like what to do content-wise upcoming. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I will definitely pay attention. But again, have a good one. Go give Fox my love. Good night.